Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thanks for watching. Thank you to everybody that's been supporting my channel, my day ones, and all the new subscribers. Thank you so much. Everybody that's in the comment section, thank you. Let's get to it, y'all. So I want to talk about a few things today. I want to talk about Empire. I want to talk about the record label HSM, and I want to talk about Rainwater, and I want to talk about the people that's allegedly so close to him right now. Ever since I made this last video, or I guess the last two videos, I have been receiving all kind of messages, and I really don't understand it. Okay, um, people are saying that they're like Mo3's family members. People are saying that they're like really close friends of Mo3 or Rainwater, and they're leaving me all kind of messages. I've never seen so many people now coming out the woodwork trying to protect Rainwater, and I don't understand it outside of the money and the connection to Empire. Now I don't know if people in Dallas is up to date on the record labels and like what is going on with them right now, but there are several, not just one, there are several record labels that's doing the same thing. They're signing artists. These artists are coming up dead, and the record labels are cashing in on life insurances. I have been reading lawsuits and all kind of things this morning from different record labels. I read about Prince and that Jay-Z is entangled with a whole bunch of lawsuits that's going on right now, and not just one label. Jay-Z is suing from two different angles Prince's estate over recordings. Under Rock Nation, he has lawsuits, and Title, or however he pronounced that, Title. Under Title, he is going after Prince's estate and fighting his family for rights to Prince's music. So they're battling it out right now. Not only that, I have been checking into other artists, not just artists just had that then passed away, but artists that were signed with record labels, and things got so bad with the record label that the artists, they broke up the group just because they were either feeling like they were going to go to jail or they were going to get killed. So they just broke up the group and just took it as a loss. Now, this group, No Malice, I think, they were with Empire. And they started having all kind of problems with the label. And the majority of the problems, like I said, were their life being in danger. I am getting messages from people saying, pretty much telling me that, you know, Rainwater did not profit off of Mo3. Rainwater have profited off of Mo 3 ever since he figured out how talented Mo 3 was. Before Mo 3, Rainwater was dealing with Trap Boy now. Before Mo 3. He was doing shows with him or whatever. And I just find it really odd that all of with all of everything that was going on with the back and forth with Rainwater and Beto them and him talking about Beto's mother and all kind of stuff that he was doing. And I know everybody wants to say that, you know, Rainwater, you know, he just had got out of jail, which I understand. He didn't know the business like that. Even if you don't know the business like that, do you, as a person, as a manager, put your artists and other people that you were dealing with formally, and Mo3 was dealing with formally, that you know is jealous of him, do you tease them? Do you, share insults with them back and forth? You know that, he's plugged. Him, Yellow, you know they got hitters. You know this. Did you do this because your life wasn't really in danger and it was just Mo3's life that was in danger? Did you wait right when everything got lined up and you had already pretty much talked with Empire, and something in my heart tells me that Empire threw something out at you? Something in my heart tells me this. And the reason why it says this is because the same thing happened with King Von. King Von was Lil Durk's artist. As soon as Lil Durk sold King Von to Empire, and I'm hearing he sold them for $10 million. Now, I'm not sure if Lil Durk is balling like that. I haven't had a chance to even see what he's been up to. And if he looked like he didn't came into some big money. But he came into something because he sold King Von's. He sold him pretty much to Empire. Now, I know everybody get excited when they hear Empire. For some reason, black people don't have enough sense to do their homework on something before they sign up for it. And if you just did a little homework, not just on the record label, but on just some of their interviews and their videos that they got out, the people that works for Empire, and you will see that Empire and his workers, they really don't even like black people. Now what's that guy's name? Nema Etnanon, whatever his name is. He's on a video. I'm going to post the video again. I want y'all to look through this video. He's on this video and he's talking with, the host of the show. And the guy asked him a question about, do you watch Empire? The TV show that used to come on. And, it's the look on his face, the reaction he gave. Yeah, I hang out with, he pretty much said he hang out with the blacks. But when he go home, he don't want to watch them. So I caught that. But something else that I caught when he was saying that, Empire label and the show Empire were at odds over the name Empire. So they were like going back and forth about it. And he said that he had on an Empire shirt, and he said that, or a hoodie or something, and or a tag, something said Empire. And he said, people were looking at him like, he was with the Empire TV show. And one of the hosts, because it was two hosts on there, one of the guys said it, being funny. So they was thinking you knew Lucius or something. But anyway, they brought up Lucius. As soon as he brought up Lucius, that guy rolled his eyes. And I'm going to try to put, in the description box, if you don't want to watch the whole video, I'm going to try to put exactly like where it was when he rolled his eyes. And you will see what I am talking about. He rolled his eyes. And he was like, I ain't never watched not one of the shows. I've never seen it at all. Now that's kind of hard to believe because everybody had, checked out Empire. Even Hispanics people, they was watching it, even though when the show almost went off, that was like mostly that was the artist that was coming on there. Because at first it was like a lot of blacks. But then the show went into another direction toward the end. But anyway, he said he never saw one episode. Like it was garbage. Now, I know that Empire down the line, got stupid. But in the beginning, a couple seasons, it was pretty good. Now, he wanted to make it look like, it was a horrible show. Then when the host asked him, did y'all try to work something out, so that, they can work together and not like sue each other or whatever over the name? And he quickly said then, yeah, we wanted to. So you wanted to work with Empire's TV show so you can make some money off of them or, in that way. But you wasn't a fan of the show that you would even watch an episode. You roll your eyes and everything when it came to that. But when it came to a profit, we wanted to work with them, but they didn't want to work with us. It might have been a reason that they did not want to work with them. And if you do some homework on that, you would know why. You don't keep signing artists after artists after artists. And right after you sign them, they come up dead. And you cash out. And after you cash out, you don't look after the family. You don't care if they buried or not. But you got all of their products on your pages, on your store pages. You're selling their t-shirts, OTF. You're selling their hoodies. But you're not keeping up with the family to see if they need anything or if anything is going on with that. All of these people that's contacting me right now, I'm going to just be completely honest. It seems like they're contacting me because Rainwater then fell into some cash. And everybody wants to protect him now. Rainwater is their ties to Empire now. And for some reason, everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon and sign with them. Do your homework, y'all. Like I said with the show that the guy was on that works for Empire, he also said that the majority of the people that come to them, because I think the host asked, well, do they come with a lawyer or anything? And he laughed. He pretty much, he pretty much said that the lawyers are crooked too. He pretty much said that the lawyer will push for them to do a big, label deal, not just the distribution deal, but the partnership label deal. Now, the partnership label deal, from what I understand, is they are promising you that you and them are partners and that it's half and half, or it's 20-80%. They get 20 as an empire and the artists get 80. Now, I'm going to ask you this. If you're dead, who gets your percentage? Who gets your percentage? People are still running around saying that, no, King Von owned his masters. But I got other people on the inside telling me he is getting screwed with no Vaseline. And guess by who? Empire. Is Rainwater the new recruiter? Is he the missing link right now? The middleman for Empire, so that they can sign all this Dallas talent and collect off of each and every last one of them. They have people posting, going to this man's Ghazi, going to his post on Facebook saying that you ain't right. You got all these artists beefing with each other so you can collect insurance money. They ain't biting their tongue. They telling him. One person left a message. I screenshotted it. But at the same time, I tried to go back and look for it, and he had erased it. Because that's not the message he wanted people to get out, because he want these dummies to keep signing to him so he can keep collecting. And they making it look like the fact that they beefing. They make it look like, okay, the person that they're beefing with, even though that might be the one that take them out, but they're in the background pushing the beef. But they making it look like they don't have any ties to it. Is that why they don't want anybody to know that they're the label of the artist until they dies? And then everywhere you see Empire, 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 Empire. What's the record label? But before they die, these artists fully are running around thinking that they're independent. They're straight up lying to these people. They're straight up fooling them. And the lawyers are helping them. The lawyers is pushing for them, for you to be the partnership with them, so that they can get a big payout, because they get a big payout. They get more of a payout than you just sign a distribution deal. When you do a label deal, totally different. So they get paid. They not passing out $10 million for nothing, y'all. I sit up and I read the paperwork that another artist that Jay-Z was had insurance on. And he's going back and forth with the insurance agency now, fighting for the money because they don't want to pay it out. Jay-Z is saying that he spent $37 million on this person and he wants his money. Now, I did see something say 12 point something $1 million on there, but I also saw that the agency only paid Jay-Z 1.2 million. But Jay-Z is saying he spent 37 million. Do y'all see all these millions of dollars that they're trying to get from these insurance companies? And a lot of them are getting. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Jay-Z having problems with collecting his money from the insurance because he black. But Ghazi, on the other hand, I think he has everything sold up that he collects without fighting for his money or anything. And I'm just being completely honest with y'all. Now back to these people that keep leaving me all kind of messages, telling me, which is odd to me because I'm getting like some of the family members, I guess, because it could not even be the family. You know how people are. Just like they told me about that other stuff that they had me thinking one way, about the movie, saying that it wasn't even. So sometimes people send you off saying that it wasn't even in Dallas. But it does not feel right when some people that saying they're family members are telling me, thank you for what you're doing. I appreciate you for riding for my cousin or my brother or whatever, whoever they say they are to them. But then when I get some people that's acting like, Rainwater wouldn't do nothing like that, I question that. It's a lot of people right now trying to protect Rainwater since he didn't came up. And everybody saying he ain't came up, but he has. He really has. And at the same time he's came up, he's acting like everything is A-okay now. Everything is back to the way it should have been in the first place. Everybody is back getting along. Everybody, it's like he acting like the problem is gone. Like Mo 3 was the problem. When Mo 3 was the money. Mo 3 is the reason he's where he is right now. So what I question is why? Why are you dropping charges on people that jumped on you? The same people that allegedly had something to do, allegedly, with Mo 3's death. Why are you acting like everybody's buddy now? Why are you even liking anything that they're doing? I try to not be biased about a lot of things, but at the same time that I'm reporting anything that I'm learning, I'm human. And I'm going to pick the side that I felt was right in this whole thing. And I think that Mo 3 was the underdog in this, that everybody was hating on him and they went against him and they wasn't happy because he was moving, shooting up. He was shooting up to the top and he was shooting up fast. And everybody was upset about it. But that green light, they didn't get the go until somebody said, it's time. And why was it time after he did that deal with Empire? Why? Hmm? If this was my family member that I cared so much about, then I would question everybody. I would not only question Josie and them and they connection to Yellow Beezy and all of them, I would question Rainwater too. I wouldn't just be like, no, he didn't have anything to do with it. I'm 1,000%. I know he didn't. This was all Yellow Beezy and them. Why are you protecting Rainwater if you're allegedly Mo 3's family members? Why you didn't protect Mo 3? Bam. Why you ain't protect him? Rainwater want us to think. And several people then told me that Mo 3 was moving out of town. He was trying to get out of there. But Rainwater wants us to believe that he wasn't going nowhere. That he felt like he was turning his back on his family or friends or whatever. But he claimed he didn't have no friends. But he felt like he was being selfish if he would have left. That's what he want us to believe. That he didn't want to go anywhere. Now, another thing that's been on my mind a lot lately, and I cannot find anything on it. I have looked for news reports. I have looked on the internet to try to find out this, but I am not getting any information on it. But I am hearing that a year ago, like 2009, Mo 3 was shot in the head and he survived. That's what I heard. That he was shot in the head and he survived it. And then he got shot again. And he didn't. Why don't anybody talk about it? If he was shot in 2009 in the head, do you think that Mo 3 family members that really, really cared about him wanted him to stay in Dallas when everybody was hating on him? Or would they be the first one to be like, you going to have to leave from here? Make it make sense. Rainwater, he acts like nobody cared about Mo 3's life. He acts like he's dead and gone and life goes on and whatever. Everybody's back to normal. Everybody's getting along now. The problem is gone. That's how he's acting right now. Like he's the man. And the Empire little connection only just raises his pedestal even more. What you dish out, it comes back to you, baby. And if you had something to do with Mo 3's death, with this Empire crap, you shall reap what you sow. Empire is not the type of people that like partners, even though they say they're your partner. They like to be the one running everything. They like to cut out their partners. They like to get rid of their partners. Is Rainwater next? So they can control HSM and they artists? Because they show moving in right away. They ain't wasting no time getting all them signatures. Because that's all they are. Number 7, all they wanted was a signature from this man so that they can put him on some paperwork. That if anything happened, they get a big payout. Done. That's what they want them to do. Sign this paperwork. And once they get that signature, nothing else matters. There are artists that Empire signed. And they signed with them. And they were told to beef with other artists. And they decided not to beef. You know what happened? Empire stopped pushing their music. And they pretty much fell off the charts. He only help you if you're beefing. And what he's doing, making y'all worldwide beefers, y'all can do for yourself. If Rainwater and Mo 3 did they shows and did all the stuff that they were doing and making big money before they even signed with Empire, why do they need Empire? Just to get that fat check? Them couple of millions of dollars up front so they can floss? Is it worth your life? Because that is what's happening right now. You're signing a paper saying that Empire is your beneficiary. If something happens to you, everything, every dollar that's to your name, that's to be made on your name, goes into a trust, an estate, and Empire controls it. Not your family. Because a lot of people is telling me, no, King Von still own his stuff. But other people are saying, he ain't getting nothing. His family ain't getting nothing. People are saying, Mo 3, yeah, his family owns his part. Let's see. Let's see. Who tried to kill Mo 3 in 2019? And if they tried to kill him in 2019, why you ain't beef up security? Why you ain't take it serious? They already tried, from what I heard. Not sure if it's 100% true because I can't find no information on it. But people are saying he was shot in 2019 in the head. But Rainwater wants him to stay there. People are saying that Mo 3 did everything big. He had class. He had style to everything that he did. People are saying he wouldn't even did no low budget movie. But we see he did. And I'm sure Rainwater talked them into it because the people said that, Rainwater made it happen. That also was like a rumor that Roy Lee was about to be in a movie. Rainwater was the one in his ear all the time. Every day he said he talked to him every day. Why is everybody that Rainwater talked to every day coming up dead and beefing with people hard and coming up dead? And after they come up dead, Rainwater is trying to be back friends with the people that allegedly made them come up dead. Somebody got an answer for Mo 3. Somebody got an answer to it. Somebody got an answer to Bubba. Somebody got an answer to Roy Lee. And I know people want to say, well, what about the other side? What Mo 3 was out here doing. He already answered for that. He gone. He gone. He answered for it. If he did, allegedly, shoot somebody, he answered for it. Now somebody got to answer for him. We already know Empire. They gonna step back and act like they ain't had nothing to do with it. We already know that. We already see people pushing, telling me that they know for sure Rainwater ain't had nothing to do with it. Damage control is kicking in, y'all. They are saying, people on the street, that before the police could even get there to Mo 3, that before anybody could get to him to try to help him, there were a bunch of guys all standing around with their phones recording him on the ground dying. And most likely, I would bet any money on it, they all was a part of him being on that ground. This wasn't no regular hit. This was professional. This was it was a lot of money involved in this. It was big payouts coming after this man died. Wouldn't know what people was thinking. 10,000, 50,000 on his head. Now Josie, she probably got, like they said, allegedly. They said allegedly, Josie got $10,000 for her part. She got the lowest pay, but she did the most work. She did the most. As for setting it up, I believe. Then they said the shooters, or, allegedly, they said that they were paid $50,000. Word on the street. What was somebody else offered? I don't know. Maybe a CEO seat, boss man seat, clout. Partnership with the man himself. Everybody flocking to you. Phone ringing off the hook now. He got the juice. Like on Tupac movie. Who got the juice now? People want to say he don't have nothing to gain. You are pretending like you have nothing to do with certain bloggers. You are pushing the narrative for people to stop thinking about Mo3. If I thought for 1 minute that I was doing anything by keeping Mo3's name alive and trying to get justice for him, that I was hurting his mother or family or kids in any kind of way, I would shut up. But when I put myself in her place and I say, would I want people to stop talking about my child, and nobody, the main people that has something to do with his death, that's online bragging and making songs and dissing him, would I want people to be quiet? And when I ask myself that, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would want some justice. That's why this is going on and on like it is. And people are telling us, let the police do their job. Maybe they need some help. Maybe we tired of this. Maybe people should stay off the internet talking about I beat him up by myself. When Mo, that's all he wanted to do was have a fight and fight it out like a man. But people were too scared to fight him. They were too scared to fight little old Roy Lee, as tiny as he was. He was scared to fight him. He would rather see him dead than to fight him. They rather see Mo3 dead than to fight him and squash this. But now that Mo3 is gone, Rainwater says everything is good and he's smiling. All the beef is over. Everything's dead. And then all of a sudden now he wants to go to the gravesite. Why you want to go to the gravesite? You liking his enemies post. You might as well came up there to the gravesite with Trap Boy and Yellow Beezy and beat on them. You might as well brought them up there to the gravesite. The way you acting. What's next? You gonna be signing some of them, bringing them to Empire? The ops? That's what you're gonna be doing next? I hope that the rappers that's from Dallas have enough sense to not sign with Empire. And all I can say is y'all pray for number 7 and Don Don, because I do believe they probably already did they deal. I know number 7 did. I don't know about Don Don. I'm not sure, but I'm sure Empire is working fast. There's so much crime going on in Dallas. So many people coming up shot up. They're looking at Dallas as a money bag. Every time they see one of y'all, they see a big stack of money. And now Rainwater is going to be the inside man to bring people to Empire, to die for insurance money. What's next, Rainwater? Start number 7 and beefing real hard. Because, see, one thing about Empire, they don't mind signing the ops. They will sign two people that is feuding like crazy, that hate each other guts. That's even quicker money for them. It's just like I said in another video. XXX Extinction and the Amigos were both signed with Empire at the time. And they were into it. Soon as he signed with them, they fighting, jumping on him and everything. And then he ends up dead. And then make it look like it's a robbery. Same thing. 42 Doug. I think that's his name. 42 Doug. He signed to Empire at the same time Mo3. He was pretty much a op. Know why? He rolled with Yellow Beezy and Trap Away now. He rolled with them. It wasn't nothing for one of them just kicking it around to say, more than signing papers now. Don't nobody care. Do what y'all gotta do. All 42 Doug had to do was say, handle y'all business. That was the telling them okay. Go on, do what you gotta do. Y'all been wanting to get rid of him anyway. Go ahead. Sometimes I like to sit back and see the outcome of things. I know, most hated blogger. I know he was going hard at Rainwater. But I just didn't understand why he left the girls out, because they just as much to blame as he is. That's why we bumped heads. That's why. And it was too early for me. It was too early for me to see everything. I tried to see things from Rainwater's point of view. But now that I see the outcome, and now I see that who his business dealing is with, I question everything about that whole deal. I question it all. Little Dirk, him, King Von, they had court dates together. They was fighting a case that they both could go to prison for. With King Von gone, the fight is easier. With King Von gone, got some money in his pocket. A lot of money. He got money for the lawyers to fight the case. Big money. With Mo 3 gone, a person that came up with him, a person that was allegedly trying to sleep with his girls, a person that allegedly went to Josie and them house after the funeral or after the interview, go to Josie house. A person that's acting like he don't have a care in the world. Everything is peaches and cream. A person that has an interview with somebody and says, when they ask them about the beef, what's going on with the beef, and you laugh and say it's dead now. Only thing dead is Mo 3. That's what's dead right now. How can the beef just go away? Poof. Everybody talking about they want to get Dallas back together. A lot of people beg to differ. A lot of people want some justice for Mo 3. A lot of people ain't feeling Trap Boy and Yellow Beezy like that. They're not. But now that this money is involved, now that Empire has shown their face, everybody wants people to be quiet. They want you to mind your business. Why? A lot of people sending me messages saying that Rainwater did not profit off of this. Tell me how he didn't. I know it was publicity, but everybody on here talking about him. They gave him publicity. People were looking at, he looked out for Mo 3. Came up from nothing, from being homeless or whatever, sleeping, And now, they looking at him like he brought Mo 3 up. Mo 3 brought himself up, y'all. Mo 3 talent was undeniable. It was undeniable. And then when you find out he didn't drink, he didn't smoke, he was a natural. You know how some people have to get gassed up for they can act a fool. He didn't have to do that. It was so natural, everything about him. He kept you laughing. It was an innocence about him. They broke him. They broke him when they killed Bubba. They broke him. They made him go to that dark side. They pushed and they pushed and they pushed. And they finally got a response from him. And now they want everybody to shut up. Sit back and watch them diss him, talk about him. Sit back and watch Rainwater come up. Sit back and watch Rainwater like the ops. They post. Totally do a U-turn from what was going on when Mo 3 was alive. How do you help boost this war by teasing and talk about Beto's mama. How do you do all of this? And then you sit up there and say, Mo3 was in the studio and he was just staring off in the air. And I told him, man, let's go, let's go. You know why he was staring off in the air? You know why he was going to the psychics? He knew he had snakes around him that he could not trust. That's why. He knew somebody was going to try to kill him. And he didn't know who to trust. But you was fine. The most they did to you was beat you up. That's what Yellow Beezy said. I beat him up by myself. He sounded like he was about 7 years old when he said that. I beat him up by myself. And everybody wants me to back up off Rainwater now. I had to sit back and just connect the dots. Like, you know, you have to follow the money. A lot of times when things happen just out of the blue and you like, well, you know, why now? You have to follow the money. You do. Especially when Empire is involved. You have to follow the money. Maybe now that we're talking about Empire, because I'm noticing other people is talking about him too. But maybe now that we are bringing this to the forefront, maybe some of them might have a chance. But at the same time, when they dish out that many millions of dollars, they don't want to wait to get it back. People not doing shows like they used to with the COVID. Streaming, I mean, they make money off of streaming. But if you didn't dished out 3, 4, 5, 7, 10 million for artists, how do you get your money back quicker without having to deal with shows and all of this other stuff? How do you get cash out really, really fast? I don't know. Maybe the artist dying. You cash in that big insurance policy. And depending on how popular they were with the fans, you can sell products. Still make money off of streaming their music. Sell their t-shirts and their sweaters and make money. And dupe the family. Pretty much. Now, if they are giving the family something, I stand to be corrected again. But that's not what I'm hearing from King Von. His side. Why isn't anybody talking about him being shot a year before he died? If that happened, why nobody not talking about it? If anybody know about it, please tell me if it's true or not. If anybody know anybody in the family, would they want Mo3 to stay in Dallas with all the haters that people cannot even play his music, the guys, because they didn't want people to see them, hear them listening to Mo3 music in their cars or whatever. They had to sneak and listen to it. Let him tell it. When I talked to the director of the movie, he said they love Mo 3. He said Mo 3 was excited about the movie. The people that was on the set, it was nothing but love. Ain't these guys that was on the set, ain't these people from Dallas? So why do Rainwater want us to think that everybody hated him? Sound like something Empire be pushing. Make everybody think that everybody hated him. So the police won't know who did it. Don't sound like some Empire stuff. What Rainwater is pushing right now? Brushing under the rug. He gone now. Everything back to normal. On to the next. That's just how Empire works. Cash in, cash out. On to the next. I was sitting back just looking at number 7. And then somebody said that, number 7 vouching for Rainwater right now. Of course he is. He just got signed a deal for millions of dollars that he's probably not going to even live to enjoy. If nobody don't step in, he might be next. This is what Rainwater is bringing to the table. Death. If it's even to question anything, if people are questioning Empire in that way, and you see a trail of artists that are dying, if you cared about HSM, why would you sign them to Empire? When people are coming up dead, is Rainwater the new recruiter for Empire in Dallas? And if he is, watch out, y'all. Anyway, please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thanks for watching, y'all. Be safe.